Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss Rob Zombie's first solo record from way back in around 98, I think this motherfucker came out, and that is Hellbilly Deluxe. He would of course revisit that title and use it again in one of his subsequent releases later on. There would be Hellbilly Deluxe 2, and I really liked Hellbilly Deluxe 2, but I don't think we need to sequelize records. We can never really recapture that past glory, especially considering that there are so many years in between the first and second Hellbilly Deluxe. I suppose it would be one thing had he called the Sinister Urge Hellbilly Deluxe 2, because whereas the Sinister Urge does completely stand on its own, it is, in a sense at least, more closely related to Hellbilly Deluxe than, say, anything Educated Horses and Forward. So, like I said, maybe Eddie called the Sinister Urge Hellbilly Deluxe 2, it might have worked, but there's too much distance put between the first and second Hellbilly, so it doesn't really fit. But this record fucking stomps along even better than the Sinister Urge does. This record is like the quintessential sort of industrial metal record that's made with so much groove in mind that even if you don't really like zombie stuff, you can't help but ending up finding yourself singing along to like Super Beast or Dragula. Definitely fucking Dragula, because that song was everywhere. Or Meet the Creeper, like I said. What else is on here? Demonoid Phenomenon's on here. Living Dead Girl's on here. Dragula's on here. Like I said, Super Beast is on here. And whereas I never really loved White Zombie, so when this came out and I heard Dragula, I thought it was really cool, and I thought that Dragula being only like 3.5 minutes or so, I thought that that was a really good potential indication that these songs on here would be shorter. But because fucking White Zombie songs were so long, I wasn't really anticipating the release of this record all that much. My friends were, but I was still worried that all the songs on here would be 5, 6 minutes and shit, and be like, oh god, what is it with Zombie? But no, that's not the case. Every song on here is fucking short and punchy, and it's fun, and it's bouncy, and it's got that patented Rob Zombie industrial stomp, and this record just does not let up. This sort of like hits the mid-pace gas, and it just doesn't let up from start to finish. This isn't the fastest record in the sense of like a thrashy, more grinding, madness encapsulating sort of like blender sort of, you know, it is not, this record isn't about being as hard and fast as possible. This record is about being fun and catchy and hard and mid-paced fast. But sometimes I found that with the mid-paced songs, they can even come off faster than songs that are clocking in at, say, 200 BPM or some shit. Like, it's like the energy, for example, on Meet the Creeper is just as good as the energy on Battery by Metallica. It's just one's coming from here and the other's coming from there, and you can't even really relate the two because Battery is this sort of heavy metal perfection, but like Meet the Creeper or Super Beast has got that stomp, and they're not as fast and they're not as technical, but they are equal as far as their overall ferocity is concerned, despite the fact that they are neglecting to move as speedily as tracks like Battery, or now I'm stuck on Metallica, I'll say like Dyer's Eve. That ain't Zombie's thing. But he still knows how to keep the energy up, and he knows how to keep it constant, and he knows how to keep this machine of his running really well from start to finish on each record. And I love that about him, because he is just so honestly who he is that he doesn't give a fuck, and I don't think he ever has. He just becomes more and more like him as time passes. And this record is, of course, certainly no exception. So I think I'm going to stop talking there because I'm not even sure I said anything smart. So, like always, if you liked this review or whatever this was, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please, most importantly, don't forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I'm going to go. Have a good night.